Is there enough homepage content? So there's two or three things I'll say about this. One, do you have a headline that sort of encapsulates what you do and your unique value proposition? So that's kind of like your first level. And then two, in terms of enough homepage content, what you want to do is think of the most common things that people are going to want to go to on your site. So if you're an e-commerce store, it's probably going to be categories. If you have a lot of different category pages. If you're a local service business, it's probably going to be your services. If you have a lot of services, maybe your top 3 services or your top 3 categories of service, right? So do you have a doorway? So if somebody can go to your website and number one, say, what do you do? What makes you different? What's your unique value proposition? So that's in your hero section. And then 2, and I would throw in there, is there a way to take the next step? Is there a contact? Is there a contact form? Is there a phone number? Is there a way that people go like, I'm interested. What do I do next?
And even telling them to do it next. Call us now.
Call to action. And then 3 is, can you go to your homepage and get a overview of everything that you do, all the ways that you can help them. So for most, that's either categories of product or categories of service or individual services if you have a small number of services. And then thirdly, I would say from a keyword perspective, are there the main keywords that are associated with your overall business? So not your services, but your overall business. Are those present on your homepage? If you've checked all those boxes, it's sometimes it's not necessary to include, like the blog roll, the latest post. Maybe if you're a more editorial site.
Or maybe if you have a good strategy for including SEO in that content.
Maybe. But most of the time, you just have to think about where are the people going to want to gravitate most. And it depends on what kind of business you run, right? And then make sure that all of that is present. And if it's present and you've got your primary call to action, your primary unique selling point, call to action, that's a good homepage.
And you can merge categories to sort of editorially clean up. If you have a section that is sort of a call to action or a benefits-oriented section, you have a separate section that's like about us or the history of the company. Maybe those could be merged. Maybe sharing a little bit of the history in the set of benefits, sort of like, hey, here's where we're coming from. We do these 3 things really well because we have been in this industry for 28 years. Those are ways to kind of merge those sections and make editorial choices so that the user, when they get there, they're faced with a really simple set of basics. Is this does this company do what I need? Is it a credible company? What do I do to use their services? So if you cover those 3 things as cleanly and powerfully as you can, but have a substantial enough amount of content to communicate what you need to around those ideas, that's going to be a good homepage.
That's good.